up everyone, my name is Eric. This is a chart update for Tesla and today is the 11th of July 2021. I'm going to start here on the weekly chart. This shows the entire life cycle of Tesla. Starting down here back in 2010, you're at 0 and you got a 1 up, 2 down, massive 3 up, 4 correction, which is likely in right now, and then ultimately we're going to head higher up to 5, which could be upwards in the 1400 range or down here more like 1100 range. Now the reason why I think this fourth wave is likely done is because if you start down here and you retrace this whole move up here, you're right here at the 570 range, and that's right at the 38.2% correction, and that's very common for this. If you're looking at these red numbers, ignore these yellow. So these red, I think this is I have the primary here, and so the 3 to 4, at the 38.2%, that's very normal, and it could easily just go higher from here. Sure, it could correct down farther. I mean, it could technically correct all the way down in here to $81 and still be a valid count, right? But that just seems unlikely at this point, especially for the fourth wave, the fourth wave correction. I think anything over 50% and you need to start rethinking your counts, even though it technically can be valid. So yeah, so that's why I think the fourth wave is in, most likely here. We could have one little more dip down, but I think from here, ultimately, this will push higher over the, this whole thing took, 10 years. So, from 4 to 5 could be a couple years, right? Or longer. All right, I'm going to skip the daily chart. Let's go down to the 4 hour to get a little closer look at this 2, 3, 4, 5 range here, and then at the intermediate yellow numbers here too as well. All right, so now I'm looking at the yellow intermediate wave here, and you can see the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and now we are correcting this whole run up here with this A, B, C, D, E correction, and then ultimately we're going to head higher for one last push and complete this fifth wave in the primary wave. Now, over the last year or so in this big run up, I've highlighted some triangles here, and every time it forms these wedges or triangles, it coils up and then boom, breaks out higher here, coiled even larger here, and then boom, broke out again. And now we are having the mother of all triangles and correcting here. And so Tesla is coiling up to get ready for a big move in either direction. I'm of the opinion this is going to go one leg higher, obviously, but in theory I could have this wave count wrong and this could shoot down and correct even more. So when you see these coils and these triangles, it almost always means there's going to be a more quick or violent reaction up or down. Now, in theory, this E wave could be in. Let's zoom in here for a second. And this E wave could be in right here. However, I don't think so. I think it's going to correct a little bit farther down here. But in theory, it could be in. This could be A down, B up, and then C down here. But this being at the 261.8%, correction, that kind of goes outside the norm. Technically it's possible, it's valid, but yeah, that just doesn't quite fit. It doesn't quite fit, these support levels of A and C. Usually E comes down a little more closely to that level. So if we check out the 30-minute chart here, now you can see a little more of what I am talking about. I think the corrective wave, is this, instead of being A, B, C, and then E is already in, I think it's A reforming B right now, which, this could go higher. Now you can see a little closer what I'm talking about here. Instead of being an A, B, C, where the E wave is complete already, and then this is going to head higher and punch through, come up, come down, and then keep going. I don't think that's it. I think it's going to keep going down here, and then E is going to end up more down here. As you can see, I've labeled with these green ABCs. I think it's A down, B up, and then C down to the 100% retracement or the 100% extension. So I'm expecting it to come at least to the 61.8. It easily could come down here to the 100%. And the 100% lines up much nicer with the A and C wave corrections, and then E would be down here. And then from here, this is where I would expect it, to go up. either punch through right away, or maybe there's a correction in here first and then it goes higher. That's my 2 cents. I think it's going to come down farther here. But yeah, time will tell. I guess if you are bullish and you think this is the bottom right here of E, you know, your next line of resistance is right here. So if you break above, what is that? Almost 700 exactly. If you break above 700, you know, then you're probably right. And then this is just gonna head higher. You know, if this just comes up here and then dips down and then breaks this at like 620 and then comes farther down, then, you know, my theory that the E wave is going to go lower is, you know, looking more likely. So I guess those are the 2 lines of support and resistance I'm looking at going forward here in the next week or 2. You know, the 620 and then 700. And so once the price action breaks through here or breaks lower here, we'll know more about which direction Tesla's headed in the near term. All right, I think that covers everything for now. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next video.